Hello friends, welcome to Illogically. Welcome to this video. This video is part of a NABARD Grade B exam syllabus. NABARD Grade B has included statistics as a subject for its mains exam, and measure of central tendency is one of the topics included in the statistics syllabus of NABARD Grade B exam. This is just the intro video in which I will be explaining what I will cover in upcoming video parts. In this video, I will teach you what is measure of central tendency, why it is called measure of central tendency, what are the different types of measure of central tendency, and much more in upcoming parts. So if you are new user to this channel, please do subscribe this channel and press notification bell icon so that you can access all the informative videos of this channel. So keep loving, keep supporting, and keep learning. So in order to understand the measure of central tendency, it will be better to understand the basic statistical concepts such as dataset. So what is dataset? As you can see in this slide, these are basic datasets. In the first type of datasets, we can see that there are two variables xi and fi. Various values of xi are given in first row and various values of fi are given in second row. Similarly, you can see in second dataset such as the age of students and number of students. Various values of ages of students are given in the first row and the number of students belonging to those ages are given in second row. As I have already said, this is just a basic type of data set. In the real world, there is a larger number of data sets, larger number of columns in data set, and it becomes very tedious and difficult to derive the conclusion and compare the data, various data. So dataset provides data for comparison of different entities. So if you have well understood what is the dataset and the meaning of dataset is crystal clear to you, let's move to our previous question. What is the measure of central tendency? So as you can see in this slide, when you are provided with two or more different data sets and asked to compare the data sets and derive the meaningful inference, you would usually do it using the frequency distribution or a visual representation such as histogram and bar graphs. But if the data is very large, then the condensation of the dataset into the frequency distribution or visual representation or presentation are not enough, and it becomes necessary to summarize the dataset into a single value. Such a single value may represent the interpretation of the entire dataset. Such a value usually somewhere lies at the center and represents the entire dataset, and hence it is called the measure of central tendency, or also called averages. As average is a number of indicating the central value of the data, it lies somewhere between the two extremes. For this reason, average is called the measure of central tendency. So let's try to understand the measure of central tendency and the different types of measure of central tendency with the help of a real world example. So let's consider a real estate owner arbitrarily named Kaushal in Mumbai. So Kaushal is real estate owner and dealer in Mumbai, and there are many more millionaires real estate owners also present in Mumbai. Suppose Kaushal wishes to compare his real estate ownership and its wealth with other real estate owners in Mumbai. For this, he will have to compare the size of his real estate holding with the size of the other real estate holders in Mumbai. As Mumbai is a big city and there are so many real estate holders in Mumbai, as there is a large data, Kaushal can easily understand where he stands by comparing with the average of all the real estate holders in Mumbai. By average, I simply mean that simple arithmetic mean or arithmetic average. So Kaushal will sum up all the real estates of all the real estate holders in Mumbai and divide it by the number of real estate holders and arrive at the arithmetic mean. And from the arithmetic mean, he can easily conclude that whether he is above average or below average in Mumbai. Now, suppose Kaushal wants to know whether he is above or below the 50% of real estate holders in Mumbai or the half of the real estate holders or owners in Mumbai. The measure of central tendency he is dealing with is called median. So median represents the size of half or 50% of the real estate holders in a particular city. This is just a particular case. I will generalize the median, mode and mean in upcoming videos. Also, in order to find the mode, Kaushal will have to find what all the most of the real estate holders own in Mumbai. To understand mode, let's consider there are 4 millionaires, 4 real estate holders in Mumbai, and their holdings are as follows, like 20 acre, 30 acre, 30 acre and 40 acres. Here 30 acre is repetitive. So most of the real estate holder hold 30 of acres. So 30 acre or 30 is a mode. So arithmetic mean, median and mode are basic measure of central tendencies. There are various other measure of central tendencies such as geometric mean, harmonic mean. Okay, so I will summarize all these measure of central tendencies such as arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean and median and mode. We shall be studying and learning all these type of measure of central tendencies in upcoming parts. So stay connected, keep loving, keep learning, keep supporting, and hope you like this video. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. So let's solve some questions to find out whether you have understood all the concepts and the topics that I have taught you in the previous slides in this video. So let's start. Question 1. Which of the following is not a part of the measure of central tendency? Option A, geometric mean, B, median, C, mode, and D, none. Guess your answer. Timer is on, and you will find the solution later. Okay, so time out. So what is your answer? Answer is none, because all are the type of measure of central tendencies. So types of measure of central tendencies are arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median and mode. So let's move to the second question. if you have to find out where do your score in exam stand about what the half students have scored. You will calculate by which measure of central tendency: arithmetic mean, mode, median, harmonic mean. Give the answer. Time out. What is your answer? Answer is median. Answer is median. Okay. I have already taught you when we try to compare with the half or 50% of the population, we use median. So the answer is median. Now let's move to the third question. If you have to find where do your scores in exam stand about what most of the students have scored, what you will calculate by which measure of central tendency: arithmetic mean, mode, median, or harmonic mean. Simple. Time out. The answer is, of course, mode. Answer is B, mode. As I have already taught you, when we compare what most of the students have scored, here most of the student is necessary. So here we calculate the measure of central tendency with the help of mode. Okay.